one day, things were different. Oh man, please don't tell me. I wake up and check my phone as usual, and I get a message from Natsuki. This one worries me the most, because it feels like this past week had been leading up to something, and I was finally about to find out what it was. We need to get something straight. The literature club, after everyone's left, will work fine. Hmm. Okay, and here I am at the literature club. Before I can grab any manga, Natsuki tells me not to bother. So we sat there together, both bored, yet nervous at the same time, unaware of what today would lead to. Natsuki knew much more than I did, though. A few hours feel like they've passed before Natsuki decides to look around. Okay, everyone's gone. What was it you wanted to tell me? Where do I start? I'm so confused by everything. I keep trying to figure out if I'm making the right choices, or if even discussing this with you is a good idea. Oh man, here we go. Well, if my suspicions are right. Thinking about it, it's not a good idea. Why would I even send that text to you? Why did I think making decisions at 2 a.m. was okay to do? Whatever, it doesn't matter. All I have to say now is... Natsuki anxiously twiddles her thumbs for a moment, and then slams her hands on the desk, startling me. What's wrong with you? Huh? Oh man, this music. I thought you would have left. So why are you still here? What are you talking about? We're friends, aren't we? I was so cold to you. I tried scaring you off. I tried to retreat and be by myself. Why didn't it work? Why haven't you left me yet? Natsuki, what are you trying to say here? As mean as I can be, even I can't get much crueler. Natsuki, I figured it out. Not what Natsuki had been intending or anything like that, no. I can worry about that later. I finally figured out when it was the time for that. I realized that this was that moment. The moment. Because if not now, then when? I have to say this. Because I want to be there for you. Because I want you to be able to trust me. Because no matter what, I always want to help. I take a deep breath. Most important of all, though, because I like you. A lot. Natsuki is stunned. She stands there for several moments, until tears begin to roll down her face. You can't make this easy for me, can you? Dang it. I like you too, but that's not the point. I can't keep living... I can't keep living like this. What do you mean? Oh, man. Natsuki bursts into tears and hugs me. Things are happening so fast, yet I don't have time to think. Like I said, I'll always be there for you. That's a promise, Natsuki. Natsuki's words come out in between her sobs. I don't get it. What did I do to deserve to have someone be this nice to me? Deep breaths, Natsuki. It's okay, and I'll make sure of that. It'll be okay, and I'll make sure of that. Oh, Sayori, what are you doing here? No, get out of the room, please. I like you, but please, just... Okay. Time felt like it froze. Except for Sayori, who I had to shoo away when she walked by anyway. That'll probably come up later, but I don't particularly care at this moment. All I care about right now is comforting Natsuki. You can trust me, Natsuki. I don't know what your life is like right now, but I can say with absolute certainty that you can trust me. Natsuki tries to speak, but is too exhausted that no words come out of her mouth. Just relax. And she does. She relaxes so much she falls asleep, still in my arms. Well, it was a nice feeling, but I did eventually get a bit tired of standing up. Alright, Natsuki. Natsuki slowly wakes up and yawns. Huh? What happened? Nothing, you were just dreaming. Everything that happened like 5 minutes ago, that was a dream. Okay, no, it better not be a dream. Nothing happened. Okay, what? You had a bad day and needed to let it all out, that's all. I was serious though. I do have feelings for you, but it's complicated. Yeah. I scramble my brain to think of an idea. The weekend's almost here, so maybe you're gonna ask her out on that date? There's no school tomorrow, so I've got an idea. You don't have to agree to it, but I think you should. Let's have a day where we can forget about all the bad things. We could go somewhere to eat, for example. It doesn't have to be called a date either, just a relaxation day. Does that sound good to you? Natsuki briefly smiles. Sure. Then it's settled. I'll text you the details, okay? Got it. I'll be looking forward to it, I guess. Natsuki starts walking out of the classroom. And, thank you. Anytime. Soon after that, I slowly walk home, yet only when I'm laying in bed do things really sink in. Seriously, I confessed to Natsuki. I actually did it. And she said she liked me back too? Holy crap. I had my suspicions, sure, with the whole tsundere thing, but to actually hear the words? The feeling is incredible. She did say that things were complicated. I don't know really what that means, but for now it doesn't matter. Oh, I have a feeling it's going to matter. All I'm thinking about is tomorrow, and that it'll be the best day ever. As for what happens after, that doesn't matter to me. I don't want to worry about that yet. What matters to me are my feelings now. One day, separated from everything else. A day of peace. A day that felt like filler in our lives. In this case, I guess it's going to be filler that does matter. That day was today. There was plenty of time until me and Natsuki were supposed to go to dinner, though. Until then, I messaged her about a variety of dumb stuff. She gushed about her favorite anime, and I gushed about mine. That sort of thing. It felt good to just talk like this. And before I knew it, it was already almost 7 p.m. Dang, how long have you been at this? Well, I suppose. It's not long until I hear a knock at the door, and open up to see Natsuki, who looks happy for the first time in a while. I'm guessing you're ready then? Yep. And so it begins. We head off to the restaurant I picked. It was a pretty fancy choice, or at least a place that I would never normally go to. But this is a special occasion, isn't it? I don't mind stepping out of my comfort zone sometimes. Well, I do sometimes. Okay, I guess it's... well, I don't even know. We walk into the front doors of the restaurant, and I go up to the host behind the front counter. I believe I called yesterday for a reservation for 2? Of course, sir. Natsuki smirks. Sir? I think it fits me quite well, personally. Whatever, sir. First name, Daniel. Last name? I have a last name? Okay, I guess we're never gonna know. Right. After we're led towards our table, we each sit down and look at the menus in front of us. Yeah, sorry, I don't know if that's spelled right, but then again, I'm sorry, I guess that's just the English part of me. You can take me out of the English class, but you can't take the English class out of me. Excuse me? I look up from my menu. What's wrong? They gave me a freaking kids menu. Oh man. Like, hello garçon, do you want to die? Because if you want to die... for real? Yeah, can you believe it? Natsuki shows me her menu, which does turn out to be a kid's menu. Oh man. To be fair, it's not that unlikely for them to have made that mistake. Do you want to die too? Still though, I'm small, yeah, but that's it. Small. I'm not 12 anymore. I don't need a stupid kid's menu. I mean, not even 12-year-olds. I wasn't even eating out of a kid's menu when I was 12. I was already beyond that. An employee walking by notices something going on, and she quickly walks over. Is something the matter? Yeah, I'm not a kid anymore, so what's up with this kid's menu? It's not a big deal, but please get her another menu. I see. One moment then. And you better not just get her another kid's menu. The employee walks off. I mean, I'm just saying. Natsuki, please. Just because I'm short doesn't mean anything. Short adults exist, you know. And some of them are probably hot too. They don't look as good as me, of course, but still. Oh, look out, we got some hot stuff over here. Hot stuff in the oven. What am I even saying? You know, I just realized this looks pretty much like the street background that we had like 2 minutes ago or whatever. After sighing, I look around to see a few people starting to stare at us. And they're just whispering to each other, like, yep. That's where those people come from. That's where those people come to eat. Let's not come here anymore. I totally agree. Please try not to draw too much attention to us, though. It's like, yeah, like Robert Downey Jr. I know a lot of women still rave about him. And he's about... well, I think he's about my height, actually. Yeah, I'm kind of a short guy, too. Natsuki sits back, crosses her arms, and pouts. It's the truth, though. I look and see the employee walking back to us. Here you are, madam. Okay, well, now they're treating her like a lady. I raise an eyebrow as the employee walks away. What, are you thinking that it's sarcasm or whatever? And you joked about me being called sir. Oh, you mean that. At least I deserve my title. And what's that supposed to mean? Well, who am I to say otherwise? We should probably start looking at our menus now, though. We both glance over our menus. I try to look at Natsuki's facial expression and see what I think is a gas behind that menu. It's that expensive? This has got to be a typo. No, it's a big fancy schmancy restaurant. Nope, it's an upper-class restaurant with upper-class prices. Okay, essentially what I said, but fancier. Daniel, what were you thinking? It's one thing that I can't pay for this, but I can't make you spend this much money either. Why not? Dare I say why not? It wouldn't feel right. Hey, it's my money and I need it now. It's my money, I've got enough of it too. So what else am I going to spend it on? I don't know, manga and anime stuff? I don't know. That was a lie. I'm close to being broke, but it sounded good at the time, so I said it anyway. Regardless, I lean in closer. Besides, you're worth it. Trigger happy there. Natsuki gets flustered and seems to forget how to respond. Yeah, because she's worth it. Maybe she's worth it. Maybe she's Maybelline. Okay. I'm not shilling for Maybelline or anything. I'll find some way to get my money's worth. Maybe I can feed you, since memories are more valuable than money alone and all that. Well, yeah, I had a bit of trouble reading that too. Like, did you just say what I thought you said? Natsuki looks even more stunned. Are you gonna be, like, literally spoon-feeding her? What? Come on, I was kidding. Unless you want me to feed you. My god. Are you trying to say that Natsuki's into that? What the heck? Since when was I this competent? Since when did I even use that thing? Fine. If you want me to hurry up and order something that badly, then I will. Natsuki pulls up her menu again, but before she does, I quickly catch a smile on her face. Like right now. I guess I can't have messed up that badly then. Even though I made Natsuki think that I'm into spoon feeding or whatever. After we're done ordering our dishes, we have a moment to ourselves. Nice place, eh? It was the fanciest restaurant I could find. And by that I mean it was the only fanciest restaurant I could find. That doesn't mean it's okay for them to rip you off. I ordered the cheapest thing on the menu, by the way. So you're welcome for that. Well, hopefully it's nothing like a piece of lettuce and a tomato. Now that would be a ripoff. Like I said, you're worth it. I wanted to choose somewhere nice, with memorable food. Unless their food is memorable for the wrong reasons. You still seem tense. I put out my hand close to hers. May I? She nods her head as we proceed to hold hands. Aw. Forget about everything else for now, and just enjoy the moment. you're not so bad at this romance thing after all. Yeah, see, when he's not being an idiot. Not that it matters. We already said this wasn't a date anyway. That's right, it's not a date. Or so you think. Okay, no. This moment was perfection. Your order? Never mind. Thanks. The employee behind me walks around the table, delivering each of our meals to us. Enjoy. The employee walks away as we're about to dig into our food. I ordered fried lobster while Natsuki ordered macaroni and cheese. I could go for that about now. You gotta admit this has been fun, hasn't it? Yeah, it's nice to get away from life sometimes. Although I will say that this mac and cheese... Natsuki takes a bite out of her meal. Meh. Kraft mac and cheese tastes a lot better. The plate of pasta is exquisite. There's the perfect amount of cheese, both melted and shredded. Well, maybe. I don't actually know. Frankly, it just looks like your average dish of mac and cheese to me. That's quite the mac and cheese, huh? I'll share some of my food with you if you'd like. No, I'm not a big fan of lobster. Natsuki plays with her fingers and says something in a quiet voice. But, thanks for offering. Man, it feels good. I feel like I feel like I've finally gotten through to her, which is all I wanted. Once we finish our meal, I write a check and get ready to leave. I notice Natsuki shyly looking at me. We should do this again sometime. I'll think about it. It's more assuring than an outright no, I guess. I mean, for Natsuki, it's progress. Thanks for everything, Daniel. I really enjoyed being with you. Me too, Natsuki. I'll see you at school in a few days then? Yep. We stare into each other's eyes for a brief moment, only for both of us to quickly look away once we realize what we're doing. That's teen romance in a nutshell. Awkward but cute. Why does this feel familiar? I don't know, maybe because I've seen it in so many other anime stuff before. Yeah, later. Bye. And that was the end of the most calming day I've had in a long time. After today's success, I sit on my bed and decide to think about it. So many things could have gone wrong today, but they didn't. Today felt like pure bliss. It feels wonderful to have a day that I can look back on like this. When I look back at a lot of my memories, for example, they might seem happy, but only during that moment. The rest of that day could have been awful. But today was great from start to finish. I hope things can continue to stay like this. Again, irony at its finest. See, Miss Sanchez, I remember. It probably won't though, but that's something I'll deal with tomorrow if it comes up. For now though, it's time to sleep.